All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Rakakudash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, Aki, pushing this truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed, edify the elect. We're here once again with another weekly edification, letting you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans know you are the children of Israel according to the scriptures. All right? We come out here to prophesy the downfall of this here wicked kingdom that you know of as, well, you know it as America, but we, as the scripture describes it as Babylon the Great. All right, that wicked kingdom. All right, this is the place where all this pseudoscience and lies and deception is taking place from, man. All right, there's a lot of, just not going too far off the topic, but, around here in America, you have certain ideologies and mindsets and things like that. I was speaking to somebody, matter of fact, last night about some of these things, and they were saying, just in a natural course of things, I got this crane going over the top, but anyway, just speaking to them about just some normal stuff, they were saying about how, people getting sick and everything else like that, and I was like, you know what, a lot of the stuff that we have going on is based off of roughly paraphrase, put it into words you can understand, the deception that we live under, man. I was like, back in the olden days, I remember growing up in the house with my grandma, not having no central AC, man. All right, they always had the door open, fans in the window and shit like that. All right, they didn't have all the so-called modern technology and advancements that we have today and all this here medicines and things, but yet and still, hey, I don't remember them ever being sick back in the days, man. And I was like, as far as the quote-unquote medicines that you could think of that my grandma had back in them days was what? She had three things. She had peroxide, rubbing alcohol, and cough drops. She'd be able to make up whatever she needed to make up with just those things, plus, our normal herbs and things like that. But saying all that to say this, living in a world where we live nowadays, like, just think about it this way, man. Living under the constant air conditioning in your house, man. Wonder why people have a lot of different sinus issues. In fact, I have a sinus issue now, which you can't tell because I'm outside, and this is just coming from, things I need to do, all right, as far as cleaning the vents and the air filters in the house and everything else like that, man. All right, but hey, when I go home, my nose immediately stops up, man. All right, in fact, Lord's will, I'll be able to go change that out, later on today, but nevertheless, saying that to say this, you think that you're in the comfort, you think that this is a wonderful kingdom, but everything here is designed to kill you, man. This is why this is the wicked kingdom, man. Yeah, you get the so-called luxuries and the comfort of having air conditioning, but look at what it's doing to you, man. Look at what it's actually, killing you with, man. Or we can akin this to social media. Now, yeah, you got the luxury of social media to see all this here stuff, talk to all kind of people all around the world and everything. That's a so-called luxury. But in the end, what is it really doing to you, man? All right, if you're about my age or a little bit older, you know what I'm saying? Well, if you're my age or older, you shouldn't be on social media, to be honest with you. That's some, like, kid shit. But let's just say you my age or older, right? Think back into when you was younger. Did you have more friends that you actually talked to back in those days before social media took off? Or do you have more friends nowadays that you actually talk to? Not social media, you post up a picture of something, somebody like it and comment it. No, man, you actually have more friends and people that you talked to way back in the day, like people that you were socially connected to before social media, then after social media, the lie and the deception that's going to bring you together to actually spread you further apart, man. All right, and just thinking about that as well, too. Think about how many people's lives are destroyed now, where they just spend, I was watching a documentary on this about how long they spend on their phones just scrolling throughout the days, man. All right, and it's a lot for this noise over here. As the scriptures say, they're going to build, but the Lord is going to tear down, man. So, in your normal downtown areas, all you have is goddamn construction going on all the way around you. They just building skyscrapers and high-rises everywhere around the fucking block now. But nevertheless, we're going to keep going on. Normally, they'd be gone by right about now, but I don't know. But anyway, but all these things that we so-called have, these different luxuries and things, hell, even that, they build all these goddamn high-rise apartment buildings and everything else like that. But look, when things go bad, that's going to be the worst places to be. All right, people are finding out right about now, even when the pandemic happened, living in these subdivisions all close to everybody, living in your downtown areas in these high-rise buildings, man. All right, when shit start hitting the fan, man, it's going to be easy to wipe you people away, man. All right, but nevertheless, these people, they don't have the truth in them, man. They don't have the vision to be able to see all these things, man. They love this here place, man, but this is why the prophets come out to warn you about these things, man, to warn you that things is coming, man, to get the blood off of our hands, because there's a lot of people that walk by, and there's a lot, wickedness is there's a real depth to wickedness, man. All right, you have like wickedness on a very light level. I always bring this out, like, hey, you know how wicked it is to have a refrigerator in your house, man? Most people look at you like, what the fuck you mean? Like, it's wicked not to have a refrigerator in your house. But when you think about it, like, hey, man, you weren't supposed to be so-called preserving food for so long, man. You're supposed to eat food fresh, man. The Most High had it to where you was always eating fresh food. But now we can it, we preserve it, we leave it for forever, man. You have some people that'll throw some goddamn meat in the freezer for 2-3 years to be trying to eat that shit afterwards and wondering why they're getting all sick, man. All right, but nevertheless, you know, wickedness has a depth to it from that, all right, to even deeper, not telling the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who they are, man. Got us worshiping a so-called white man. Got us believing that, you know, America is a righteous kingdom, man. Meanwhile, you know, and everybody else is looking at us like, yo, bro, like, yo, what the fuck y'all got going on over there, man? All right, but yet still, we just like, hey, we don't know no better because this is how we were all brought up, man. You were so-called blinded by all this here madness, but guess what? The Lord has sent forth His prophets to wake you up and to warn you about these things, man. All right, and in fact, you know, I wanted to get into a certain topic, all right, you know, because of, you know, over the last week or so, you've been hearing a lot of this here so-called quote-unquote UFO talk, man. We had a lot of stuff go on throughout the week and everything else like that, but we're not going to talk about a certain subject because they like to go and fuck up your channel with that when you talk about, you know, the beer company and then the retail box store and the shit that's going on in Uganda and everything else like that. They like to take those things down, but hey, we're wicked because we speak about these things, man. This is how you know you're in a wicked kingdom, when speaking about righteousness and speaking about things in the Bible is become wicked, but yet all this perverseness and lewdness is upheld here, man. You got in New York City now where they have vending machines where they're giving out drug paraphernalia and drug kits so people could be drug addicts, man. You have over in California, they're tearing down laws that people are just running into stores and smashing and grabbing things, man. This is becoming a lawless and a lewd society, man. All because of what? A lack of judgment, man. The one thing that you're upholding out here is all this homosexuality and everything else like that, and the one thing they're pushing away is the Lord, man. But look at society, man. Walk around and ask people, are they really happy with how things are going out here, man? All right? The reality of it is you have a small, minute portion of the population that's speaking the loudest, man. All right? But in reality, hey, man, people don't really feel like what the so-called agenda is being pushed out here, man. But yet and still, hey, this is a clear sign of the type of society we have, man. It's not a righteous society, you wouldn't say that. It's more of a wicked society, man. And when we tell you that the so-called white man is the devil, man, you know, people call us racist and everything for so long, but you know it's bad when the wicked, matter of fact, we're going to read that, but you know it's bad when the wicked is complaining, man. You know what I'm saying? When the wicked is out here, I remember, this was some years back, that I happened to be working with this Mo, and then this Mo was complaining about the Mo type of shit that was going on. And I'm like, nigga, if you the last person to be complaining about this type of shit, because you part of the community, but it's got to be bad when this nigga complaining about it, man. Not complaining about, like, you know what I'm saying, he can't get no dates or nothing like that, but complaining about, like, some real shit. Like, yo, man, you got this stuff going on with the children, man. And then, again, we're not going to talk about the big box store. But, nevertheless, let's just get off that topic, because we don't want the channel deleted. But you get where I'm going at, man. All right, but the wicked, well, let's just read it in the scriptures real quick. This is Isaiah chapter 24 and verse 5, maybe? Well, we'll start up at 4. The point, oh man, hold on. All right. Isaiah 24 and verse oh, the point is verse 4. Isaiah 24:4, it says, the earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languish and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. All right, so now you have the haughty people of the earth, man, the proud of the earth, they're upset. All right, they all worn out. They all bugged out over these things, man. Like I said, when you seeing people that are just saying too much is too much. Again, with the what do you call those vending machines up in New York? All right, with the drug paraphernalia, you got people that actively use drugs say, nah, this ain't it. This not right. This not good no more. All right, you know, you have people that's use all kind of drugs, man. With the weed, man. People that's either smoke weed or used to smoke weed complaining about the weed now, man. They always coming out with some new shit and this and that. And they got, you know, I heard some, I forgot who it was I was listening to. They was talking about, it's like speaking on how you have people, you know, that are locked up for the same drugs that they're now not just legalizing, but the government is selling in these dispensaries, right? The same drug paraphernalia, if you got pulled over in your car and you got caught with a crack pipe, now you can go on the streets and get it out of a vending machine for free, all right? So now you have some people that are just, again, the proud haughty people, some other drug addicts that's mad about this shit, man. They see that this is weird, man. How y'all about to make this legal now and everything else like that, man? All right, you had I was watching this video of a smash and grab out in, I don't know where the fuck it was at, but it's in this store, right? And then what do you call it? The employees started to call the police They tried to do something about it, and guess what? They got fired. And obviously, we understand why they get fired, because they become a liability for the company. But this is what they're pushing and promoting, man. They just want their wickedness to just continue on, all right, and to get further and further down. So, hey, what they can do is say what? You know, they have a saying. It's called order out of chaos, man. The Hegelian dialectic, pressure from above and pressure from below. All right, here a little, there a little, squeeze you into the middle, man. All right, so they're gonna, what the scripture call it is, when they should say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, man. They come out with the problem, reaction, solution. For them to be able to say peace and safety, you have to have a state of chaos, right? And then that state of chaos is gonna bring you into what? That's the problem, is the state of chaos. Then the reaction is, hey, we need help. What do we do? The solution is, hey, let us bring you peace and safety. All right, the government coming in to save you, but let us bring you order out of chaos. All right, but nevertheless, hey, we know that this is gonna bring in forth what, that new world order system, man. We see all these things being set up, man. But see, you know, you have a lot of wickedness able to flourish right now for the sheer fact of what? Again, it's a trap, that order out of chaos. I've seen this go from way, way, way back, man. Now, especially when they had legalized weed and everything else like that, it's like, look, bruh, they over here legalizing weed. They about to get all you motherfuckers to go sign up for this here shit, right? And then they gonna know who all out here smoking weed. They gonna come pick y'all ass up, man. But then what happened was, it was that versus the so-called gun laws and everything else like that. But nevertheless, you know, they do these things, and so people, they'll quote-unquote show their hands. Oh, this is legal now. I'm about to go out here and just show I'm a part of this now. I'm a part of that now. I'm a part of this. And so what a lot of people are doing is like flagging themselves, man. You see people with these little badges on their cars. It's crazy to me how people will sit there and brand themselves with these little badges and stuff like that, whether it's a Trump bumper sticker, a Biden bumper sticker, support Ukraine bumper sticker, Pro 2A bumper sticker, Glock bumper sticker. They got all these types of things on their cars, their houses, and everything else like that. Like, the last thing I would want to do if I was a legal gun-toting person or an illegal gun-toting person was to have anything on my car to say Glock or anything. I know a couple people who got license plates, like their actual tags say Glock, or they got a Glock license plate or a Glock sticker in their window. But like, so you want me to believe, like, if I was a cop, that you ain't got no gun in your car? Not saying you shouldn't have a gun or you should have a gun, but I'm just saying these people are able to wear their heart on their sleeves with these certain things, but in the end, it's gonna come back to bite you in the ass. All right, but this is part of that order out of chaos, man. That problem, reaction, solution. So right now, you see all this here wickedness being run rampant, so they can reel it all back in. All right, getting everybody so upset with all these things, because at first, not getting too far into this, the community, all right, there was an outrage, and the response was, oh, let these people just be, you guys are being bigots, let these people do them, and so on and so forth. But now look at how far we've gone, to where now these folks are calling their own people out, man. Now everybody's calling them out. This is just too much, man. All right, but nevertheless, this is where we are, man. All right, in the great, wicked, deceptive kingdom, man. Babylon the Great, man. All right, but nevertheless, going back into, you know, what I wanted to get into. All right, you've had a lot of different things, and you know, maybe we'll end up with that with the wars and things like that. But hey, you got a lot of things popping off, man. Russia with their Ukraine with their counteroffensive, man, getting smoked out there, man. But they got a lot of things coming out in the news and everything else like that. That sounds like some cover-up stories on a lot of different things. Because like I said, with the chariot scenario, man, they got some bogusness coming. I did a video earlier this week about that and everything else like that. But you know, we'll go a little bit further into these things. But you have to watch for this here propaganda, man. All right, and the only way to ultimately know, you know, how to weigh things up from the truth and false is what? Through the scriptures, man. All right, you know, they talk about, let's say hypothetically, I'm trying to think of something, you know, whatever it is. We know, but we'll use this example. We know that, well, two things. You know, we know about the mark of the beast coming, right? So now they're trying to push something that's completely opposite of that, right? Oh, we're going to go to you know, not a cashless society, but we're going to get rid of credit cards and digital systems. We're going to go straight cash. You got let's say you have a politician that comes out with that. Oh, we heard about the MOTB and how they're trying to track and trace everybody. What we're going to do is we're going to shut down the internet. We're going to get rid of all this digital currencies and credit cards and debit cards, and we're going to just go straight cash and coins, man. We know that nigga's not finna win, right? Because we can base this off of prophecies. We know where these things is going, man. All right, so hey, or Babylon the Great, right? Or World War III going off. Everybody claiming, you know, that's Psalms 2. Why do the heathen rage and imagine a vain thing, man? Now you got China over here flexing like they finna win World War III at Slovakia. I said World War II earlier, but you got China over here flexing like they finna win. Russia talking about they finna win. America talking about they finna win. But ain't nobody talking about the children of Israel, man. Nobody talking about Yahushua and his return, man. So we know that those prophecies, well, they are fulfilling prophecy. They're fulfilling Psalms 2. But nevertheless, as far as them actually winning, we know that that's not how it's gonna go, based off of what the prophecies, man. So this is why it's important for the watchmen to be on the watchtowers and to watch these things that's coming to pass, man, and to warn the people of these things, man. All right, hey, because look, the truth, you should know the truth. The truth shall make you free. You don't have to be living in the fear and the bondage of all these different things that's going on. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Hey, I remember back when 9/11 happened, right? Right after 9/11, you had a series of things that happened that if you ain't know no better, you might have thought the shit was about to end, right? Now, if you old enough, you remember what 1999, going into 2000, the Y2K era, right? People thought that the world was finna end at that point in time, right? Again, if you old enough, you remember that shit and how scary that shit was. I remember what the hell I was doing, where I was at and everything. Midnight came rolling around. I had just moved to St. Pete. Midnight was rolling around. I was looking outside, like, is shit finna start blowing up? What's going on? Is the power finna go out, right? Nothing really happened, right? The clocks turned to midnight. Things kept going on. But the next year, 2001, you had the situation up in New York. Right after that, you had the anthrax scenario. Right after that, you had the DC snipers and shit. You had all kind of, you had people scared to go get gas, people scared to go get their mail, people scared to get on an airplane, people were scared of all kind of things, man. People thought at that point in time things was gonna come to the end, but guess what? We had the prophecies to warn us and to tell us, hey, this ain't it, man. You got wars and rumors of wars. You got Russia and America about to fight it out with nuclear weapons. They ain't even got to that part. They friends at that point. They was cool. You know what I'm saying? And then you also have the MOTB. They didn't have the technology that was ready for that at that point in time, man. But if that shit fall on somebody. But nevertheless, we understand we can measure the time diligently based off of what? The prophecies, man. So this is why this is so important for us to be, occupied in the prophecies, man. All right, because anything other than that, man, you wind up, losing hope, losing faith, and then at the same time, man, you'll run yourself wild, man. Thinking, like I said, you had the 9/11 situation, the anthrax, and then the DC sniper. At that point in time, some people might have thought the world was at an end. Now, I believe you had a cult that happened that killed themselves with when the pandemic came around. They thought that was it too, man. Oh, fuck it, let's just go ahead and go out, man. So this is the importance of what? Understanding and learning about the prophecies, man. Because it's going to tell you where you are at, man. All right? And it's going to help you build your faith. Because, look, once you see the prophecies come to pass, the Lord spoke about this. Or the Lord said this was going to go exactly like that. The Lord said that these things was going to happen. So, therefore, my faith is built up because now I'm seeing everything that the Lord say come to pass, not just wickedness just mounting up and surmounting, man. That's where a lot of people lose a lot of faith because they see a lot of this here stuff is getting heavier and heavier and heavier. What do we do? What's going on? They just keep getting hit by something and something else. This is why, this is my response to people who say, hey, man, they first come into the truth, start watching the news, start seeing things. That's too much, man. I can't watch the news all day, every day. I'm like, all right, well, the reason you feel like that is because you don't understand prophecy. Me and you can both watch the same news channel, but then you get into your sorrow about, oh, this is fucked up, this is too much, there's too much wickedness going on. It is a lot of wickedness that's going on, I'll give you that. But however, when we see it, we're happy about it, man. All right, hey, matter of fact, with the, with the moles that's going on right now, we happy to see all these goddamn moles doing what they doing. We happy to see this fight between Russia and America, man. We was happy to see the pandemic coming. You know why? Me versus, these folks that's not watching, man. All right, hey, they were, oh, what's going on, pandemic, everything getting shut down and so on and so forth. Hey, we're rejoicing. Why? Because that's one step closer to the end. All right, seeing these moles get all the way out like this, we know it one step closer to the end, man. Place about to get Sodom and Gomorrah out here, man. So we rejoice at these things, but this is the importance of knowing and understanding what's really coming to pass so you're not caught like a thief in the night, man. All right, matter of fact, because that's where it, perfect, 1 Thessalonians 5:1, it says, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night, meaning unexpected. Meaning it's coming unexpected to those that aren't watching. Meaning that's, we don't have to write unto you, brethren, because you are watching out here, man. You know what's going on out here, man. You understand what's popping, so you're not, like, getting caught off guard out here, man. But yet and still you have folks that's out here blindly getting caught up into this here trap, blindly getting caught into these, distraction cycles and things like that. That's another thing that's going on heavy in Babylon the Great right about now. These distraction cycles is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, getting people caught up into these things. As we getting closer to the end, they have a saying called bread and circuses, man. They're giving out more free this, more free that, stay at home, go do this, go do that, go live it up. Here goes some more money, here goes some free this, here goes some free that, man. Meanwhile, America's being set up for the a collapse, man. All right, to bring you, again, in the order out of chaos, to bring you into this new world order system that they have set up and ready for you, man. Ready to put you all into subjection, man. All right, ready to sit there and call out all these damn heathens, because think about it. Not getting too political, but you have these Democrats that's giving you all these so-called freedoms to pleasure yourself, to do all the little things that you want to do and everything else like that. That's bringing all the freaks out. You know, the freaks come out at night. You got all this freakdom that's coming out. Salaki, man, it's getting loud. But anyway, you got all this here freakdom coming out up under these Democrats. All it takes is for one Republican to come in there and be like, you know what, we shutting all this here shit down. Then you got people that's over here divided over these things, man. All right, but this is how they let you, give you a little bit of slack. It's like fishing, man. The fish are already on the hook. Let that motherfucker swim out and tire itself out. Then you just as easily pull his ass in instead of trying to reel in a fish that's full of energy and everything. Now you over here tiring yourself out, man. All right, fuck that. Let him go tire himself out, then go reel his ass in, man. This is what what they have going on out here, man. All right, because right about now, you got a lot of people that's over here that's asking, oh, look, we need to turn this back. We need to turn that back. We need to go back on this, go back on that. Yeah, it sounds good from a lot of different perspectives. You hear, I watch some of these news channels. They're not really news channels, but they show certain things in the news, right? And it's from a so-called, I'm going to use a worldly term, a Christian background, man. You know, where they show certain things and they show certain wickedness is going on. But nevertheless, they sound good and all. Oh, there was this church that got caught on fire, got struck by lightning, caught on fire after having a pride thing. I was watching this channel. And the person that was speaking was all happy and excited about being quote-unquote Christian and everything. Like, yeah, it sounds good that they talking about some stuff that's quote-unquote righteousness is going on. But at the end all be all, we not on one accord, man. All right, because at the end of the day, y'all Edomites. Salakia. At the end of the day, they some Edomites, man, and we Israelites, and they're not talking about none of these things, man. They don't have any concept of any of these things. They just got the so-called drunkenness that they've been given, man. Oh, we're all this, and we can all be that. And then you even hear them talking about some of their talking points in some of these things, and then they're wavering on certain judgments, man. Oh, I would do this, but I wouldn't do that. Well, this is where we at now because of a lack of judgment, man. All right, but yet and still, hey, like I said, man, this is why it's how do I say, important to stay locked in on the prophecies, man. This is what all these other channels and all these other people that are not the brothers in the truth, but the other quote-unquote Christians and people showing news stories and everything else like that. That's the thing that they're forgetting. That's why we only use you for the articles that you pull out, man. All right, just the video clips of what you got. All that extra shit that you be saying in the middle, it's for naught, man. All right. They got going now, putting this here wall up, but Lord's will, they'll be done with that shit in a second. Anyway, going back to 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. All right, where it's going to catch you unexpected. That's where a lot of people are right about now, man. All right, as the scriptures say, Lord's will get it, because I want to read a little bit of that in Matthew 24. But hey, they were out here like in the days of Noah. They were eating, drinking, marrying, and giving into marriage, partying and turning up. All right, like the Prince song, party like it's 1999, like it ain't no tomorrow, basically, man. You have an abundance of people that's out here doing these things, and not once does it come up into their mind their future, the Lord. All right, the things that's going on. I started watching this documentary the other day, which the title kind of caught me in there, but the shit's kind of long and drawn out, and the nigga who's speaking got a weird little accent. But nevertheless, it made me think about this, if I could have got to the meat and potatoes of it. But they was talking about don't have kids in this AI world, right? Now, granted, hey, if the Lord bring kids into this here world for you, that's the Lord's deal. But this isn't something you should be striving for. But I understood what they were saying. We think biblically, right? So when he was talking about some don't bring kids into an AI world, first thing came to my mind was Matthew 24, verse 21 and 22. All right, mainly verse 22, going into the fact of the days wouldn't be shortened, no flesh would be saved, but for the elect's sake, the days would be shortened. Imagine, you see now the kids is growing up now, that's born nowadays, growing up with iPads and all this social media. Just imagine when they got AI, man, from the very beginnings. They wouldn't have no concept of God, man. They could tell them that's God, man. Oh, man, you got the gods in the clouds of Google. This is what they was talking about the whole time, man. Go ask Google. Google gonna give you all the damn answers that you need, man. They got the augmented reality with those new Apple glasses and things like that, man. People gonna always forever live into their heavenly bliss. Now Esau has created a heaven on earth for you to sit there and put on this deception ass glasses, man, and see whatever the hell you want to go and see out here, man. But this is what Esau does, man. Matter of fact, that's in the next chapter over. We're gonna come back to that in First Thessalonians. But go to Second Thessalonians. This is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means. Let no man deceive you, right? It says, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And there's a lot of people, again, I'm speaking about these so-called people that call themselves Christians, all right, they talk a lot of talk, but they don't really know what the hell, they don't know where they are in the Bible as far as a timeline goes, man. You got these niggas over here still, oh, well, we far off from the Lord returning. We still got this Antichrist. You know, there's going to be an Antichrist that's going to get voted into office, and he going to be running everything. And see, they over here waiting for one nigga to get in the office and start destroying everything, not realizing that, you know, Esau's been in control the whole goddamn time. And he's destroyed everything, man. And his, how to say, his sins have reached unto heaven at this point in time. So now the Lord is about to come and bring that judgment on him, man. So these niggas is over here, again, being deceived, eating, drinking, marrying, and giving into marriage, because they think that this is far off. Because they can't measure times diligently because they're not watching the prophecies, man. All right? It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And this is a heavy prophecy right here, man, that falling away first, right? You could compare that to, what is that, Ezekiel 37, the valley of the dry bones. We had to fall away, or was that Jeremiah? You going to discontinue from your heritage, right? We discontinued from our heritage. We didn't know who the hell we were. We called ourselves blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, and Salvadorians, and things like that, man. But now all of a sudden you're coming out to the fact of like, oh no, we Israelites now, man. We're this from this tribe or that tribe, and we're from here and we're from there. This is not a new sentiment that you're starting to hear our people talk about, man. Now you have our people coming back to our heritage, going back to our roots and things like that. So that falling away happened. All right, now the valley of the dry bones now starting to come back together, bone by bone. So hey, if you have the eyesight to see what's going on and to measure the time diligently, and we right on schedule, man. The Israelites had they fallen away, now they're being gathered back up, or they're knowing who they are before the day of the great gathering, man. But you got niggas out here, not to say niggas like, you know, Jake niggas, but niggas out here as far as being ignorant, these so-called Christians and stuff like that, these other folks, or these people just having their little talking points, want to comment on your videos. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. The Antichrist still has to come before all the, while they over here eating their popcorn and shit all on the side of their face. Oh, we out here with our popcorn, but that's the spirit that it puts you in. Even though you're not even gonna be, you're not even an Israelite to begin with. But I can see how this is affecting our people. Our people take lead from them. They all sitting in it and, oh, it's all good because, hey, all I know is there's going to be a guy that's going to come in the office being the Antichrist, and he going to make everything wicked. And once I see him, then I know that we need to start getting that shit together. Meanwhile, that shit didn't already pass by your ass. You didn't even realize that was it already, man. Esau's been in control. Look where he's going. Look at how society's going, man. Look at how far down society has dropped in the last 5 years, man. Let alone the last 10 years, man. Let alone the last 20 years, man. All right, there was a big difference, you know, again, going back to the end of the world in 1999, 2000. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, hey, I believe the world did end in 2000, man. All right, because everything after if you old enough to remember what the 90s was like, that shit was completely different than how we living nowadays. We didn't have the technology that we had. Everybody, you know, like some people, we had a computer in our house, but we had one computer in our house, right? But the only thing we was doing with that one computer in our house was Microsoft Paint and listening to CDs and playing solitary and Minesweeper. Now, my neighbors across the street, they was some Cambodians. They had AOL at that point. You could go in your little chat room shit. Well, other than that, man, ain't nobody really had none of that stuff like that, man. All right? But then 2000 rolled around. More people getting computers in their house. All right, the 2010s come around. You start getting social media and stuff like that. And it was gone from there, man. All right? You know, they say the world ended in 2000 and 2012 as well. Hey, look at where we at nowadays, man. There's no going back at this here point in time, man. All right, but yeah, you know, the things that we was complaining about back in the days, the women walking around with the little, what they call coochie cutters on back in the days. Nowadays, everybody in the damn store is got this going on. It's funny, I had a conversation with this older lady about that, and it was like, damn, we both having church right about now, and you know what I'm into, and you know, you what they call it, like a Catholic or whatever, but hey, we having an agreement. These old ladies walking around with the booty cheeks hanging out. But she complaining about the old ladies with the booty cheeks hanging out. I'm like complaining about these young teenage girls walking around with their booty cheeks out in the grocery store with their mama and their daddy. Like, this is a goddamn shame. Matter of fact, on my way over here, I seen this young girl in the goddamn store, booty cheeks hanging all out in the, like a goddamn bikini. You know what I'm saying? One of her whole ass cheeks is hanging out. And guess who she in the store with? Her mama. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, but this This girl ain't even probably old enough to have a goddamn driver's license, man. She damn sure ain't old enough to go buy no damn no alcohol in the store. But you got her walking around half fucking naked in the goddamn the gas station. Oh well, it's Florida and they're in swimsuits, so you can go throw some shit on when you go inside the store. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, sometimes I might be at the house, might need to go run in the store, go grab a drink or something like that, or something from around the corner. Got some basketball shorts on and some slide. Man, I'll go put something on before I go to the store like that, man. But yet and still, hey, you can't tell these people nothing out here nowadays, man, because this here place is just going downhill, man. All right? Let's go back to this real quick, and we're going to go back to Isaiah 24. This is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. And we're gonna stop there. We're gonna go into that for a minute, because again, people, it's funny because it's like, I understand it, because you know the Lord opened up our eyes, blessed your eyes will see the things that you see. But it's like what they got a saying, it's called elephant in the room. It's right there, but people can't see it, right? It's like this here passage alone is, how do I say? Matter of fact, there's another passage. Hold on, let me find this real quick. That was right here. Oh wait, 2 Corinthians, I think it is. Hey man, you might hear somebody get smashed up over it a little later on today. Hopefully they about done. They normally be done by now, but alright. This is 2 Corinthians. We'll start at 13. 2 Corinthians 11 and 13, it says, for such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of Hamashiach. The elephant in the room is this. And speaking on this, the idea of this here Antichrist as being one person strolling up on the scene, winning in some kind of election, right? Thinking that this one person is going to do all this death and destruction. You know, there was a point in time where Barack Obama came into office. They said he was going to be the Antichrist. Granted, he did. Hey, he started a whole lot of shit, tore up a whole lot of things, man. But then you got his boy Biden in the office now, man. Then you had Trump, and before that, you had all these different people that's leading America down this here same path. So you can't just sit here and say it's one person like this, man. It's this whole system that's being bred forth, man. All these agendas that's going forth, man, that's being pushed forth into the world, man. All these different wars and conflicts that they going across, you know, overseas and bombing for these resources, man. All right, putting people in a perpetual captivity, man. All right, all for their own greed, man. You know, there was something I was watching about with these chemicals that they're pouring in the water and everything else like that, man. Creating these forever chemicals, and just for like Teflon on your pans, man. All right, but and it's killing people, but they making money off of this stuff, man. Pouring all kind of stuff into your water supplies and everything else like that, man. All right, the lead piping and everything that they put in there, man. All right, but this kingdom is upheld as if it's some kind of righteous kingdom, but everything here is designed to kill you, man. The food that you eat is giving you how do they call it, carcinogens or whatever, is giving you cancers and everything else like that. Processed foods, man. All right, again, you have forever chemicals inside your shampoos, your water, everything that you take it, man. All right, so this is what the deceivableness that homeboy is pushing. So let's read that again. It says 2 Corinthians 11 and 13, for such are false apostles. All right, they're leading you down a false path, man. Deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of Hamashiach. So they transform themselves into, let's read the next verse. It says, and no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Therefore is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed into ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works. And this is the thing that we have to understand. Again, this is the elephant in the room. Everybody's looking at this man as he's so-called righteous. And like, name 10 things that he's done that's so-called righteous. People say, oh, he cured these diseases, the same diseases that he created, right? Like, well, he the one's the issue with the disease, man. So how you gonna give him credit for curing something he created? That's like me setting your house on fire and then me going to go put it out and me wanting some praise and honor for it. Like, well, my house wouldn't need to be put out if you wouldn't have set it on fire, bro. So I'm not gonna sit here and praise you for putting out my house fire that you started. But this is what we're dealing with Esau, man. All right. Hey, the love of many is waxed cold because of the things that Esau's pushing and promoting, man, or allowing to go forth on his platforms. You know how they say, oh, we don't want so and so to spread these here things on our platforms and everything else like that. But let's look at the platforms as being ran by Esau, man. They just had in the news the other day about what was it, Facebook and the other company, what's the other company called? I think it's Facebook and I don't think it's Twitter. Twitter owned by Elon Musk, but the other shit, Mark Zuckerberg shit, right? They were talking about how they had something on some type of thing for this little, I don't even know how I can word this, a ring for people who like little people, like, and not to say little people like short people, young people, really, really young people. They didn't even get busted. They got busted. They got exposed for these things, but then nevertheless, they didn't even say nothing about these things, man. So all the things that's being pushed and promoted, all these different things, hey, they talk about social media and all these things, man. These things are just destroying the whole civilizations and everything else like that. The monster to these people, man. What is being pushed and promoted on any of these social media sites, man? Is it righteousness? Are they telling people how to, first of all, let's take God out of it, man. Are they telling you how to cook and clean and how to bathe yourself, keep yourself, like, you know, healthy and everything else like that, how to exercise and all these things? You see more videos of people doing what they call mukbangs, stuffing their faces and shit like that. Then you do have some people working out on there. But, you know, and that's just on a light level. But you can learn how to do way more wickedness on these social media sites than you are with any righteousness. Now, granted, yeah, you had a minute of the Lord that's on there, but that's in a small pocket, man. All right, but then you have these big major harlot houses that's on the internet spewing out their madness as well, too. You had the one dude from, what is it, CBS or Christian Network, whatever, television, just died at like 80, 90-something years old. Nigga looked like a demon a long time ago, man. All right, but then people talking about, oh, we sad about him and his death and everything. But then when the real spiritual leaders are like the minute Israel died, oh, it's always fun and games and laughing at them. But yet and still these old people who've been touching these children for so long, and they get, oh, it's so sad that he died and they died and the Pope died and blah, blah, blah. Come on, man. These people are stuck in la la land out here, man. All right? Transforming, how you say, into the so-called righteous people. This is a righteous kingdom. Everything over here is right. Everything we got over here is wicked, man. All right? Name me, like I said, name me 10 righteous things that the so-called white man has done. All right? Well, look at what's being pushed out from America right now. The laws for the Moes. All right? They're pushing and promoting drug usage, all right, hypersexuality and being promiscuous to all ages, all right, old, young, adolescences, all right, in all types of different ways, all right. You got crime being pushed, all right. You got how you say the mindset of not necessarily working to get your paycheck, but stealing and robbing and waiting on somebody else, the government, to take care of you, man. Being lazy out here. All these things are being pushed and promoted to this here kingdom. And yet you have some people that are complaining about, hey, man, this is putting more stress on us. The more y'all over here having these babies out of wedlock and getting fed by the system, we got to pay more taxes for that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So they mad about that, but then they're not complaining about the billions of dollars being sent to Ukraine to go and take resources out of another motherfucker's mouth, man, just to go line their pockets. So, hey, man, this is where we at right about now, man. You have these people under the guise of doing something so-called righteous, under the guise of doing something like they trying to help out people. Hey, when they say peace and safety, we're going to get back to that. There's sudden destruction coming upon them. All right, but this is Esau to a T. The elephant in the room. The devil is right there in front of you, man. You ask these people, hey, man, what was so bad about what this little old Christian man did? He was a pastor of a church for 35, 40 years. You know how many people he prayed for? Hey, but how many people, you can sit there and say how many people he prayed for, how many people he paid for, how many turkeys he done gave out, how much food he done gave out. You can name all of that shit in comparison. If it was to weigh it on a scale, all the so-called good shit he got that you think he done did on a scale, weighed like this. On the other side, how many people did he teach that they were, how many real Israelites did he teach that their real heritage and they were real Israelites? How many people did he tell the Most High's real name and his son's real name? So if that's the only thing on the other side of the scale, man, hey, man, his wickedness, hey, come on, man. All that wicked, or not to say wickedness, it is wickedness, but all the stuff that y'all claim is his righteousness, all right, don't outweigh just telling an Israelite they're an Israelite in the name of Yahweh and Yahushua to those Israelites, man. Like, yo, that don't balance. Like, bro, you off, man. So all your so-called righteousness, oh, I done all this right. I done gave out $15 million, but you ain't told not one Israelite they're a fucking Israelite. So that $15 million you gave out, shit was wickedness, man. You spent all that time, all that money, perpetuating a lie, man. You know, they have a saying, it's something that's like, well, you know, basically being silent is akin to perpetrating a lie as well too, or not saying nothing about it. Like, yo, you seen such and such happen, and this and that happened. Like, look, hey, I don't know what the fuck happened. You just gonna pretend like you ain't see what the fuck Esau just did, man. So you might as well be joining hand in hand with this nigga, man. The Lord say, hey, call out this here wickedness, man. All right, sighing and crying for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof, but you want to go hand in hand with these niggas, man. The Lord got a judgment for your ass, man. All right, and this is the elephant in the room. This nigga is not righteous at all, man. He's been lying to you the whole time about everything, man. All right, but yet and still, hey, and it's funny that everything that, it's so super funny that everything that this guy has been lying to you about, we've been telling you the truth about, now it's all in the mainstream media news, and now he's got our side. We told you about the chariots. Everybody called us lies and conspiracy theorists. Now they talking about the chariots. We told you about war with Russia and the USSR. Now that's what they over there trying to stop from happening, even though they're the ones that stirred that up. We told you Babylon the Great was going down. Hey, look at where you at right about now. They talking about making America great again, build back better. We need to upstart the economy. We got a recession looming. That's on the fucking news every fucking week. Oh, economists forecasting the recession. Like, look, bro, they've been saying this forever now. Like, you know, it's gonna hit sooner or later. All right, but hey, this is under the guise and the leadership of this here guy. Let me pull out this here precept to go along with that real quick. Oop, passed it. Sirach 10:1. It says a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. All right, so that's what a wise judge would be doing, man. Telling his people to go the right way, man. Telling his people how to again, like I said with the social media stuff, man. Hey, you know, like, cause some of this stuff, in a sense, could have been used for good. All right, what if you went on social media, you know what I'm saying, and all you seen was on social media was the men of the Lord speaking that truth, like on YouTube, right? Like, hey, man, we don't got time to go to church, like actually go to a building and sit there. This and that. My schedule don't line up with y'all schedule. But hey, as long as you got the videos, hey, you can watch the brothers 24 hours a day, man. All right, as the scriptures say, what is that? Where it says, day in and day out. Let me just grab it real quick. All right, Psalms 19:1, it says, the heavens declare the glory of Yahweh, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. All right, so let me read that. That was the point I wanted to get. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line is going out all throughout. Their line is going out through all the earth. Their line is gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them have he set a tabernacle for the sun. And so, hey, day unto day, night unto night, utter a speech. You know, this knowledge is going forth. So, hey, 24 hours a day, man. Nowadays, again, going back to, you know, what if the YouTube was only filled with the men of the Lord, man? Instead of twerking videos, because you go on there, I be looking at some of these damn music videos and things like that, man. And they be having like 100 million views. I be like, damn. They got 100 million, 45 million views, so on and so forth. And then what's in the video? What are they instructing you to do? Drill, 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 drill. Kill, 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 kill. Smoke a op, smoke a op, smoke a op. That's all the hell that they telling you about, man. All right, and you think that, again, in a platform like this that reaches the whole earth, what would you want to, again, the wise king would be instructing his people. What would you want to be putting out in the airways for your people to be absorbing into their minds, man? Killing music, drug dealing music, drug usage music, prostitution music, or would you want them to be uplifting, being healthy, and being outstanding? Hey, pay your taxes, go get a job, go do this and go do that. You know what I'm saying? Go be with your family, get your wife and kids in order and everything else like that. No, they don't push and promote any of these things, man. They tell you, oh, you don't need a man. You all the single ladies, all these different things is going on. But this here society is what's this here messaging is what's destroying society, man. But they don't have a righteous message out here because, look, we under a guise of an unwise king. So we'll read that again in, oh, I done dropped it. Hello. Going back to Sirach 10. It says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. It says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of the man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. So, hey, when you talk about, these people that's ruling, all right, the scriptures say the earth was given into the hand of the wicked, man. So how do you think he will be ruling the earth, man? You think a wicked man will be ruling the earth in righteousness, or a righteous man will be ruling the earth in wickedness? All right, hey, no, the earth is being ran by wicked people, man, and it's in wickedness out here, man. This is why you have, you pushing for, all this inoculation and drugging up all these people, man. Again, I was going back to that documentary I was watching on the tap water and how dangerous that is and stuff like that. They was saying in there about how 60 or 70 something percent of Americans are on some type of drug, man, prescription or non-prescription drug. And when a lot of those drugs, what will happen is it goes into your body in a certain form, and when it leaves out of your body, it's in that same form. So you have people that are like, let's say these women with Salakia. But you got Iska over here having a party at work. But anyway, you got these women that are taking, let's say, birth control, right? And I'm not sure if it was actually birth control that they cited, but let's just say, for instance, these women that are taking birth control, and when they go and they use the bathroom, it's going back out into the water supply. It's just that the same way it went in. All right, so nevertheless, hey, when you go and you drink your, and then with the water treatment processing plants, they don't necessarily get rid of any of those things. So you over here ingesting, they had a saying, they say, whatever drugs your neighbors are on, you're on those same drugs, man, because it's all going back into the same water system, man. All right, and they know about these things, and they have a way of fixing these things, but do you think that they want to invest into those things? No, man. All right, it's part of the mass inoculation of the masses, man. All right, having everybody all drugged up on everything else like that, man. I remember some years back, they were saying, this was like the mid-2010s, probably before that, and they was talking about the next, because this was coming off the war on terror. They were saying in the future, the new war was going to be on mental health, all right? And the people that's going to be making the most money is going to be the people that's in charge of, mental health, your psychologists and stuff like that. But now look at where we at now. You got more people using, there's new words that's being used in the lexicon now. I'm a victim, I'm triggered, I'm traumatized. Even though they used these words before, but now you have these people that saying all these things. Oh, that's triggering, trigger warning, all these different things. So they got these people programmed to all these things, man. So a wise king, it would be instructing them how to do things like, hey, y'all need to get off social media. This social media is fucking your minds up. But no, what do they tell them to do? Hey, follow us on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the president and them telling you to follow their Facebook page, man. Now, what else you gonna see on Facebook? What else you gonna see on Twitter? What else you gonna see on Instagram? All right, but a bunch of heathenistic stuff going on out there, man. All right. And again, Salakia for the sound. I don't know, they putting this wall up over here, but nevertheless, hey, we gotta just push through. Normal Saturday evening events. If you don't hear the fire truck, you don't hear some drumming and shit going on, you don't hear the motorcycles or the cars rolling by, you gonna hear some goddamn construction, man. But hey, the sounds of Babylon, confusion that's going on out here, man. I don't know what the hell they building up for, and the economy is collapsing. People can't even afford housing and things like that. They're building more and more condos. I mean, they got a plan and agenda for it, but I'm just saying, like, look at the shit that they got going on. Sending money over to Ukraine instead of housing these folks, man. In fact, I seen an article, not getting too far off topic, I seen an article earlier today, I believe it was, where it was talking about out in like places like New York. I think it was Mayor Eric Adams, whatever his name is, talking about paying these folks $100 a day. Was it $100 a day? I think it was per person of these illegal immigrants. I hate using that term, but this is the term they use for housing them. And I'm like, what kind of shit is that? Like, y'all, like, I see what y'all do, like, from the mindsets of the people that's gonna be upset about that. Oh, y'all over here housing these folks, and y'all doing this, and y'all doing that, creating this here divide so you can bring order out of chaos, right? But hey, ultimately, these people they talking about, this is actually their land to begin with. This is the Northern Kingdom. But we're not gonna let that, because some of this shit be bait you into these arguments about some of this here bullshit that's going on. But using that as an example as a wise king and an unwise king instructing his people how to do certain things and how to live a certain way, man. We have way more than enough an abundance of food, resources. America has way more abundance than anything and everything else that there is, man. And if you believe different, then your ass is just simple, and you don't ever go no fucking where, man. All right? Your simple ass has never been to a Golden Corral. Your simple ass has never been to, like, let's say, Las Vegas on a cruise. Some of these luxury resorts and shit like that where you can have all you can eat, like, steaks and expensive shit. You know what I'm saying? Not no all you can eat McDonald's cheeseburgers type of shit. We talking about some expensive shit, man. And if they got the money to be sitting there feeding people like that, they got enough money to feed regular folks, man. You got enough money to be building all these damn high-rise buildings that ain't nobody gonna be living in, and you got enough money to house these folks, man. like I said, it just mentioned about that article in New York, how they about to start paying these people. How they about to start paying these people to house these so-called illegal immigrants, which I hate using that term again. Hey, I immediately thought about these folks as like where I be at, where I live at. I see a lot of people that own multiple houses, and sometimes there's a lot of people that own houses here that don't live in these houses. They just rent them out. You know, they have like, oh, we got like 7 houses, and we rent all 7 of them out, and they live somewhere else remotely. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's stuff like that be going on. But I would be thinking like, well, shit, y'all talking about paying like $33,000 something dollars. If my mortgage is only like $2,000, let me go ahead and collect that. I got renters that the government is backing. It's a new Section 8. You see what I'm saying? But hey, man, how is this really gonna help your society out, man? All right, paying for other people you can't even afford to pay your own people with. You know what I'm saying? Again, like, you know, using the Ukraine scenario, it's like, yo, you can't afford Ukraine, like you can't afford to house and to help your own people out here in America, get them off of drugs, but you can send money over to Ukraine all goddamn day long, man. But then you see your boy Biden and his son getting caught up into all these scandals and everything. But it's going right back into the rulers of this here people, man. It's gonna be the same way that the civilization gonna be. If you're a wise judge, your people gonna be wise. They're gonna be moving wisely. Hey, look, we're gonna all be hey, fuck that. We're gonna put all this here. Or we're not gonna take all the vitamins and nutrients out of the food. We're gonna make sure that everybody eating these certain meals, not for a consumer situation. That's another documentary to look into, man. The breakfast, them eating breakfast and everything. Not saying that breakfast is bad to eat, but the concept of where they got it from and how they got it to where it was like a contract to feed kids in school and everything else like that. And the only reason they came up with that was so that they could make the government, you know, if you understand about governmental contracts, right? Side note, you want to start your little business and you want to get paid forever, look at the governmental contracts. They got a contract for every fucking thing. No matter what it is that you do in your life as a job, you can get a governmental contract for doing that. Let's say, hypothetically, you fucking change tires at the tire changer place. Well, you can go get a governmental contract from the government to goddamn change tires on their Humvees and shit like that, man. Or whatever vehicles that they got. You know what I'm saying? Something as simple as that. All right? You know, you a cook, you a chef, you a barber, you a priest. They have governmental contracts for all these things. So whatever it is you do, you make, whatever, you can go get a governmental contract with them. You clean windows. They have governmental buildings that they need their windows clean, man. You cut grass. They got governmental buildings that they need their grass cut, man. All right? Matter of fact, not even governmental buildings. Any piece of grass that you see outside of somebody's property on the sidewalk is governmental property. The government pay for that. Just as a side note, is governmental contracts. But going back into I forgot what I was saying about the governmental contracts, but about them spending this here money. Oh, they had a governmental contract, all right. So put it this way: you had these companies, right, that were selling certain foods at a certain point in time, but the government came in and said, "Hey, look, let us go and create, you know, a demand for this, and we'll supply it." So what they did was they were like, "Look, man, we basically, you know, long story short, we created a law that states, hey, we gotta feed all these kids in all the public schools. It's by law we have to feed them this here shit, man." And the type of food that they got, you know, because they was feeding them, I'm not saying they wasn't feeding them beforehand. And if you go back and you look at the food that they was feeding them beforehand, these niggas was eating like steak and shit for lunch, like real food, like healthy food. And it came for, all right, so I skipped a part. The reason they started this shit like that was because they was like, look, bro, if war pop off, I think this came at the end of World War II. If war was to pop off, we need to make sure that we have a healthy recruiting class of men that we can bring into the military. So what better way to start finding these guys than breeding them from high school, man? So if they're in high school, we're gonna start feeding them now. So if we need to call them, we good to go. So we're gonna start feeding them good shit like steak and everything, right? Well, at the end of all of that, there was no more threat of war and everything else like that. But then, hey man, what are we gonna do? We was making billions of dollars off of feeding them these steaks and everything. Now all of a sudden the contract is over with. We gonna just retire now? We gonna stop getting money? Or we're gonna create a new customer. All right, so now we got a new customer. We gotta feed them. We're not gonna feed them the same food. We're gonna feed them different food, and it's gonna be for all grades. And this is what they wind up doing. Now they've created these different companies to feed you subpar food, man. Food that's not even real food. You gotta watch the documentary because they go into some of this shit and what it really is. They feeding your kids and everything else like that. But the whole point and the purpose was we can make money off of this. How can we try to get money off of certain things, even with certain plants, chemical plants and things like that? They have byproducts that they have to get rid of, and it's hard for them to get rid of it, so they wind up putting it in the food and the water supply, or like with the military, all right, dealing with these nuclear weapons and everything else like that. Hey, they have you know, uranium that they can't really really get rid of because they have like a, what is it, 100-year shelf life or something like that. So what they wind up doing is they wind up using it for munition rounds, man. Whether it be regular gun bullets from their ARs and things like that, or they'll put it on the tank rounds. They'll even coat the tanks with that depleted uranium, man. All right, because it's, you know, for one, if you got it on a bullet and everything, it'll pierce certain things, but then it'll also stop things from piercing it. But then the byproduct of it is, you shoot up this here wall with depleted uranium, you got uranium leaking out of that shit, man. So again, unwise king, this is how he instructing his people. Oh fuck, we know how bad uranium is, but we can't just let that shit go to waste. We got to make some money off of it, man. So let us go and use this to go and go to war. Well, we got depleted uranium rounds, but we ain't got no war. So let us go create a war so we can go spin these here bullets just to go. We're gonna go kill folks just to make money. This is the type of kings that you have ruling, and you say this is a righteous society or a righteous kingdom? No, man, this is a wicked ass kingdom, man. All right, and the Esau's in control of all these things. He's creating all these different issues in the earth to where, you know, you got to be dealing with it, man. All right, one thing is creating another thing, is creating another thing. How they say with medicines and things like that, you have the side effects. All right, hey, you have a lot of side effects of dealing with Esau, man. All right. Going back to this Sirach 10 and 1, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. It says, as a judge of his people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are they that dwell therein. And so, hey, when you got wicked rulers in the world, you gonna have wicked people living up under them, man. Because they have a saying where they say, hey, the convicts are ruling the yard or whatever, they run in prison. All right, hey man, they gonna have that lawlessness going on, man. All right, so if you got a wicked man in rulership, what do you think he's gonna? Because hey, if you had a wicked man in rulership in a righteous society, the righteous people would overthrow that wicked ruler. This is where you see, it'd be all fake when you see people overthrowing their leaders in modern day times. Those are coup d'etats. But in reality, hey man, if you had a completely righteous society, right? And you had a wicked ruler that was ruling over top, the people would overthrow them. Let's just say you had a wicked company, right? A business, a school or whatever. And the whole school or the whole business was all righteous. They was all fair and everything else like that. But you had one corrupt supervisor. There's one corrupt supervisor. Always come in late. Always leave early. Always be showing up drunk. Always messing up the schedule and everything else like that. And everybody else is working like, look, bro. Like these guys over here that's working, right? They got a building to make. Like this shit is not going to get done if they don't do it right. They can't just be slacking off like, hey, bro, I showed up to work. You know, some people have jobs. They just show up to work and like, hey, whatever happens, happens. Like if I do something, I do something. If I don't, I don't. The day's still gonna go by. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you work at a goddamn clothing store and, you know, you just scanning folks and shit like, but if I don't do shit, shit gonna still be here. It's not like it's an end process to it. But these guys got an end process. So, you know, these guys are like, bro, I don't want to sit here and be on the same job and not get paid for not delivering what we're supposed to be delivering. So these guys are gonna overthrow the boss. Hey man, the boss always showing up late and drunk. He got the plans all upside down. I'm not finna go over here and struggle, put this fucking wall up that they over here struggling with. Just for them to be like, oh fuck, the wall was supposed to be over here. Now we gotta take this shit back down. So the 12 hours y'all was over there working in the sun was for naught. Now you hear him over there yelling. You see what I'm saying? That don't sound like no easy and no nice job. It's a pretty rough job they got going on over there, man. But nevertheless, hey, those guys would be pissed off and they would say something to their boss. If the boss was all fucked up, now we gotta get him up out of here, man. He's fucking us up right about now. All right, or if it was vice versa. If you had, you know, a so-called righteous boss and a bunch of fuck niggas at the job, hey, he would fire all of them. He's like, look, man, we got to get somebody on my, you know, you see this happen with companies all the time. You have a bad business, a bad McDonald's in the hood, a bad Taco Bell, and then all of a sudden you ride by and say, under new management. They be like, man, I ain't going there no more. They always fucking up my order. They always mad when I go and order food from there. You shouldn't be eating fast food anyway. It's just an example. But nevertheless, I can think of a Taco Bell past my house where they constantly got a sign to say under new management on that bitch. But it's like, I already can tell you with the type of customer service you get up in there because of this scripture alone. All right, you have bad management, poor management that hire poor, how you say, not to say poor people, but people with poor customer service skills and traits don't work in the Taco Bell. So now you in the Taco Bell trying to order number one. But wait for this. Grab a drink while we got this going on. Hey, it's slocky, like I said, about this here noise. They be on and off every couple minutes, but it'll be all right. All right. Nevertheless, going back into we were speaking on. Hey man, if you had like I said, you had a righteous boss, and everybody else was wicked, man, they would just change up their staff, man. I was speaking about the little Taco Bell and everything else like that, but this is what you would need to go on, and this is what your boy Trump was running on. Hey, we're gonna drain the swamp and everything else like that. But look, the same people is in office, man, doing the same type of shit, man. All right, these people have you understanding that, hey, look, we can change this, we can fix this, we can fix that, but hey, change ain't gonna come as long as Esau's in rulership, man. All right, the Lord is, well, we can keep reading. I'm not sure if we read this. We'll read it again. Verse 3. Sirach 10:3 says, An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. All right, and in due time he will set one over it that's profitable. Hey, when Yahushua is set up, man. All right, and when we get into how you say office, but we get in the kingdom, the things we're gonna be doing is gonna be profitable for the whole earth, man. This is why when we tell you that, hey, look, we're gonna have everybody in the captivity, but they're gonna love it. All right, look at what Esau got. He got everybody in captivity. Now, on a small note, you have certain things. It's like Heinz ketchup, right? Just regular ketchup. That's banned in certain countries because they be like, we don't want that chemical shit over here, man. All right, but the fact of the matter is that they saying, look, certain people are putting out producing things in the earth that's not good for people that they have to stop from coming to their country. When we get into rulership, hey, we're not gonna have no shit like that, man. All right, hey, whatever you're gonna be able to rest assured that anything you get from anybody is gonna be on the righteous tip, man. All right, because you're not gonna have no wickedness going forth, man. All right, you're not gonna have us look. We're not gonna program that in your mind to be a shiesty, shady ass nigga, man. You're not gonna be thinking, oh, how I can get over on this here person? How can I bring something, make something to scam somebody to go do this and go do that, man? You're not gonna have that going on, man. All right, that's why when the Lord set up one that's profitable on the earth, hey, look, this is the rulership. We're not gonna have hospitals and pharmacies and all this extra shit going on. The medicine is in the food and the herbs, so this is your diet. This is what you're supposed to eat and what you're not supposed to eat. Hey, they say the wages of sin is death. That's gonna be for us. But as far as the rest of these people, we're not gonna have them doing no wild fuck shit, man. All right, and the people gonna love this because the things that they gonna wind up doing is gonna be prosperity, man. All right, look at what Esau got some of these folks doing over here now, man. You got some of these folks in some of these nations that America keeps them so poor just so they can go get this certain type of slave labor about them. You got people that'll go over there and work in the goddamn coal mines, nuclear mines, goddamn whatever they working in, that shit's gonna kill them. They're not gonna make it off, you know what I'm saying? 5-10 years down the road, they're gonna wind up dying. But you got people that's going over there sacrificing themselves just for a little bit of money because hey, I gotta do what I gotta do to feed my family out here, man. All right, hey, you're not gonna have no scenarios. Well, we might do that to Esau, but nah, it ain't gonna be like that, man. All right, we're not gonna be setting people up for the okie doke just to go out here and die. Just look, you know what? We're gonna bring out these new lithium-powered cars. But in order for you to go get the lithium, bro, you're gonna have to go sacrifice millions and millions of people and the environment to do so, man. All right, but nah, just so we can make some money up off of this here shit, man. When we don't need to, we got other ways of doing this. But yet still, this is the way we decided to do it because we can make money off of this here way. The other way, we can't make no money off of it. If we had water power cars, solar power cars, we couldn't make no money off of that. But if we got lithium, oh, we can make money on mining the lithium, selling the car, replacing the battery, and getting this here stuff back over and over and over again, man. All right. But this is what you have going on. This is an unprofitable ruler that's over the earth, man. Obviously, is the earth prospering, or is the earth in decline up under their rulership? Is the nations becoming buddy singing kumbaya with one another, or becoming more peaceful with one another, or are they at each other's throat nowadays, man? So you have to ask yourself, man, is this person that's ruling, is Esau, who the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, he the one ruling, all right? Is the earth more profitable under him now, or do you think it'll be more profitable under the Lord, man? And if you say you think it's more profitable under the Lord, then by default, this is a wicked-ass kingdom then. You got to agree. All right, so why do you like this here wicked-ass kingdom, man? All right, so, hey, again, going to the elephant in the room. All right, hey, Esau's being revealed, the son of perdition, man, this wicked-ass man. All right, going back, Sirach 10:4, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set up one he was set over it one that is profitable. In the hand of Yahweh is the prosperity of man, and upon the person of the scribe shall he lay his honor. All right. It says, bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong, and do nothing at all by injurious practice. Pride is hateful before the Most High, and a man that by both doth one commit iniquity. Hey, and it's funny that, you know, you have this pride month going on, these moles out everywhere. They so damn proud of every damn thing. But Esau ultimately, and the pride of his heart has deceived him, man. All right, all this is about to come to naught with him, man. Just like all these moles that's out here just doing it up, and they got their problem, they just walking around doing the most that they want. Hey, man, just give them a couple years. You see how they just start deteriorating, man. All right. Right now, you're starting to watch the mass extinction of a lot of people, man. You see these girls that be on these little YouTube podcasts and stuff like that, talking about OnlyFans and everything else like that. Hey, see where they at in 10 years. Lord's will, we're not here in 10 years, but see where they will be at in 10 years, man. See where all these freaks of the evening, freaks of the night, just want to go around, just be having promiscuous, unprotected sex with everybody going around. Where they going to be at in 10 years? Let's say, hypothetically, 10 years. We're not going to be here, but Lord's will. But where do you think that they're going to be at in 10 years, man? Just keep running rampant the way they doing it, Because there's a thing that, like, yo, you can't do certain things for so long. You know, being a drug dealer, a real drug dealer, that life don't last very long, man. You're going to get caught up with something, all right? You're going to get caught up with either, hey, going to jail, getting killed, getting robbed. Something's going to happen to you, man. It's not a chance of if, it's a chance of when, all right? When is this going to happen to you, man? Same way with these here women, man. They're going to be, oh, I didn't destroy you. Going to these porn stars. You ain't seen, you had, what, 2019, 2020? I think it was 2019, 2020, something like that, when OnlyFans came out and all these porn stars was mad because they couldn't work no more in the industry. But you had these OnlyFans hoes making up all this guap. But you had a lot of them, there was like a pandemic of them killing themselves, man, jumping off of buildings and things like that, man. But you couldn't find me not one sex worker that can completely say that they happy with their life now without no cope, without no, oh, I'm happy, I'm empowered, and then next month crying and breaking down and blaming men. You can't show me not one of them. You can't show me not one drug user that can ultimately say, hey, if they could change their life, they wouldn't. You couldn't show me one gangbanger, street dude. None of these people that's going down any of these paths. Any of these moles, man. You talking about these moles, these what do you call Decepticons and these Autobots, right? When you see them throughout their time and age, and they be like, bro, this is the worst decision I ever made in my life, right? You had the one little girl or the little boy, it was Jazz from a little child. Now this little motherfucker grown, or a lot older now, complaining about, man, my mama did all of this for her to get some flame, some flame, and she gonna get some flame for real, for her to get some fame and clout. All right, but ultimately, hey man, this is where we at, man. All right, all this here wickedness is being is thriving in this here kingdom of wickedness, but it's only so far it's gonna go. Like the scripture saying in Revelation 18, hey, her sins have reached unto heaven. All right, now these things have got to be addressed, man. So hey, we not going on so much more longer in this here scenario, man. We're not gonna be living in this here world like that, man. All right, let me read verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings and injuries and riches got by deceit. And that's how Esau has gotten all these things. Riches got by deceit, man. All right, and the scriptures say, hey, his blessing was he was going to live by the sword. And all of Esau's gatherings, he's gathered by way of the edge of the sword, starting with Alexander the Greek. All right. You got Alexander the Greek, who wound up conquering the known world at that point in time, man. All right, and gathered up all the riches of the nations that was before him. All right, the Medo-Persians and all of them, which they just spoiled the people that was before them, and so on and so forth, right? But nevertheless, you had the Romans after them, all right? But then, hey, look at where we at nowadays, man. Esau done got all these riches by way of the sword, man. All right? Probably gonna close out here shortly, because this is just, I don't know what this is sounding like on the other end, and this is just getting a little, they should have been gone by now. But who knows? But anyway, but their riches got by deceit, man. Esau got all his riches by way of the sword and by deceit, man. Lying, rape, robbery, and murdering, man. He talking about the Native Americans come over here making treaties with them. All right, and then, hey, you spoiled all the, how does it go? Isaiah 33:1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled. That dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. when thou shalt when thou shalt cease from spoil, thou shalt be spoiled, and thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, and they shall deal treacherously with thee. All right, hey, and that's what Esau wound up doing, man. Hey, these people, or not these people, the Northern Kingdom, all right, made treaties with you, and you broke every last one of those treaties, man. All right, you know, you went around the globe, and you was making peace treaties with these other nations, but you're the one that was going beyond those things, man. You know, the nuclear proliferation, whatever. We wasn't testing no more, creating no more. But yet still, you're the only nation that you know, was able to keep doing those things, but nobody else couldn't, everybody else, you know, had to either turn in their nukes or they had to stop building them, man. Except for you and Israel, right? But nevertheless, hey, man, this is the people that's in rulership, man. So by your riches got by deceit, all right? This is where he got everything from rape, robbery, and murdering, man. Stealing, man. Pillaging, man. Esau didn't get nothing because he just went out there, worked hard for it, built it up. Hey, you didn't see America get built up by a bunch of goddamn Edomites over here, man. And then all of a sudden you have a brown wave of Negroes and Latinos just trying to jump over the border. Like, oh, we're going to go and steal the white man shit. No, the white man came over here and stole this land from the Native Americans, so-called Native Americans, Latinos, right? And then brought, you know, worked them over here as slaves first, and then brought us over here to work us as slaves to build up their kingdom, man. So again, they got it by deceit, man. Riches got by deceit. This is rape, robbery, and murder, and pillaging, man. This is how Esau get everything. It says, because of unrighteous dealings and injuries and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And this is why, hey, this here kingdom is going to come to naught, man. All right, because it was a straight wicked kingdom, man. You've been ruling in wickedness the whole damn time, man. All right, you've been just spreading, you know, your how you say, Babylonian juice, your wickedness throughout the whole planet Earth, man. All right, and then you've caused all these people to wind up, you know, through your treaties, your deceits. Scriptures speak about he transgresses by his wand. All right, you've been telling all these people all these different lies all day long for you to so-called prosper into a certain direction. All right, just for you to, just for you to take advantage of these people, man. Look at what you did to Jake and the Jake neighborhoods when it comes to governmental assistance, man. Oh, you can't have a father in the household if you want this here governmental assistance and everything else like that, man. All right, but hey, this is what Esau does to a T, man. Rape, robbery, and murder, man. He neither keepeth at home. He is like death and hell cannot be satisfied, man. He gonna just keep going and going and going and going and going. But hey, this is him to a T, man. All right, we got him all the way scoped out. He's being revealed at this here point in time. It's up to you to realize if this is the wicked or if it's not the wicked, man. All right, he got the nerve to sit here and talk about, you know, like I said, man, we gotta close out because there's noise over here. But I was gonna say, he talk about he just shot down a damn chariot and basically got their terms. They got an alien. I'm like, bro, y'all ain't got no goddamn alien, bro. Or you know, we know it would be an angel. Y'all ain't got no angel up in that bad, but come on, bro. It would be over with. But like I said in the video the other day, like, hey, man, if that was the case, why don't y'all just put it on the news? That's your new nuclear bomb right there. All right? You can put everybody in subjection for another 100 years. All you got to do is pop up with a blown-up chariot and an angel that was up in there that you got. Yeah, we shot this nigga down. Yeah, we got him right here. He dead in the motherfucker right here. Standing over him, was taking selfies. Man, if you seen Joe Biden over there flexing with a goddamn chariot or angel over there laid out or something like that, man, the whole earth would be quiet before that, man. For 100 years, man, running. So come on, man. You believe that if you want to believe that. But this is the devil, man. All right, with all deceivableness, man. This is what Esau wound up getting to, man. This is what Esau wound up pushing and promoting is nothing but his wickedness, man. Here come another piece of this wall. I'm going to go ahead and close out with that. Lord willing, the elect was edified with this here lesson. Until next time, I say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone, and taught us this truth and ever will. And citation, much love for you, Aki, and pushing this truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So next time, I say, stay strong. Shalom.